All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dowell. Turkey recalls ambassador to Israel. In other words, get out of our country. And Turkey is doing it in protest of Trump's decision to move the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. Not only that, amidst all the conflict and the unlawful bloodshed of innocent lives by the military. Let's just get this right. This is a genocide that's going on over there. It's a very disproportionate. It's uncalled for. But hey, isn't that how the Europeans do though? Think about it. I think that we're on the precipice of the start of World War III because people are being forced to choose sides in this conflict right here. Let's just really truly look at this thing and call it for what it really is. It's the Europeans against the Muslims, period. Because the Muslims, Ottoman Empire used to be, is one of the last bastions of fight left in this particular region and area. What is disturbing to me is that when I continue to keep hearing over and over again how that these Khazarian, Ashkenazi Jews have a right to return to this land. First of all, how can you return to something you ain't never been to in the first place? And now, when you read the Bible, when you're talking about Israel, Israel's been scattered in a diaspora, meaning all throughout the world. And you can't come from one geographical region of the world, the Caucasus Mountains, and just because the Brits in them, along with the Allied forces, destroyed the Ottoman Empire in 1917, then all of a sudden you call yourself Jews, even though you have no genetic link with Abraham whatsoever at all. And then you move into that area, and then you, with the help of the European nations, America, Great Britain, France, England, Germany, all of them, they run a blitzkrieg and they occupy your land, the same thing that the Europeans did over here in Turtle Island. But then all of a sudden you call it your land and say you have a right to exist and a right to be there. What do you mean you have a right to exist? You already exist. It's a sad situation. And then, of course, people who are uninformed, they don't realize that there used to be some indigenous Israeli people or Israel people and Palestinian people who used to babysit each other's children for thousands of years, and they never had any conflict whatsoever at all. It wasn't until, again, the Khazarian, Ashkenazi, Caucasians came from the Caucasus Mountains and came down and started all this conflict. And of course, when you go back in history, you'll see the reason why they say over and over again, we can't receive you, we can't have you. So, over on Patreon, hopefully today I'm going to get to it and go into the history of this. I'm going to talk about the West Bank, the Gaza Strip, the real true conflict, what's going on, and why America has a so-called invested interest in this and what's really truly going on. But that's for the patrons. You know, I talk on a total different level there with the patrons. But anyway, Turkey, tell the Israel ambassador, get out. Get out. Ambassador to U.S. and Israel. Matter of fact, they told both of them, get to stepping. Can't blame them. One thing it's going to do is that I see the same thing is going on over in the Korean Peninsula. The same thing is here. It's going to start uniting the Arabs and the Muslims. And rather than fighting each other, kind of like the Celts, the Danes, the Vikings, the Brits, the Gauls, the Saxons, and everybody else, because, you know, that's what happens in every region of the world. When you don't have nobody else to fight, well, first of all, when you get sick and tired of fighting each other, then you just go out and pick fights and wars and fight with somebody else. That's just the way that the world runs, because we're in a fallen state.